Man, I'm doing good. Just so pumped up for the game tomorrow. By the way, good news. Rain's supposed to be gone by 4 p.m., 30 minutes
Oh,
before kickoff.
oh, how about that? Wow.
So that's a good thing for us. So I got some bad news, but I got some good news after that.
Okay.
So the bad news is perception. So the perception is that the Eagles have the greatest O-line of all time, while the Niners and how they'll be able to neutralize our D-line, while our O-line is trash, and the Eagles have this so-called game-wrecking D-line, and how the Eagles stopped a similar offense to ours in Miami. So that's perception. Now I got some good news here. The Eagles O-line, the Eagles D-line last year was way better than the one this year, because last year not only did they have Hassan Reddick, but they had Josh Sweat, Fletcher Cox, Hargrave, and then to back them up, they had Brandon Graham, Jordan Davis, Linval Joseph, and Dominican Sue. So they were like 8-9 deep. Now Hargrave is with us, and Carter's a great rookie and all, but from what I've seen, numbers-wise, a downgrade. And they only roll 6 deep. And if you look at the numbers, Niners actually have a higher pressure rate and a higher and more sacks than the Eagles on the D line. And then the O line wise, did you know that the Eagles have allowed more sacks, 29, than our O line at 22?
Okay.
So
it's a lot. You got a lot of stats.
So what I'm saying is that the mismatch is, I mean, it's not going to be as much of a mismatch between our O-line and their D-line like it was last year. Like last year, they had like 78 sacks. Right now, they're only going to, if they continue at the pace they are, they only get like 50 sacks. So it's like their D-line is clearly regressed, making it a lot less tough for our O-line. And then number two, if Jalen holds onto the ball a long time, even if he scrambles, meet Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Javon Hargrave, and Armstead. And then the last point I want to make is, yes, they shut down a similar offense in ours in Miami, but Tua is a statue. You can't move him. He doesn't move like Purdy does to extend the play. And if Purdy could just buy an extra half second, there's going to be guys running wide open for him to throw. He just has to be patient, step into that pocket, and if Kyle's going to call play action, please don't do a 7-step drop straight from under center. Put Purdy on the move to the left or to the right, but do not do a 7-step drop like you did last year. Do all that, Kyle, where the only way you run play actions if Purdy's on the move.
I would say don't roll him out toward Reddick. I would not do that.
Then roll him to the left.
I'd go the other way.
Left.
Yep.
Because, and one more thing, did you notice in that IU touchdown against Seattle, the guy from Seattle, on the right side, was this close to getting him, and Purdy had taken a few steps toward the left to avoid that rush. If Purdy had just stood there, we would have had a similar outcome like what happened with Reddick. So I feel that's one thing we've seen growth from Purdy is much better pocket presence than last year.